Hey Amanda, so you've got your you want to join to here. I'm going to just try and do this quick walkthrough because I couldn't quite get it to work. So we're going to go to, of course, configurable joins, related project task is what you're joining to. So build that query. I'm going to filter this down to the project I know that we have work with, which are just our general tasks here, right? So that did this, it joined from the project task to the project. But what we want to do is we want to join to you want to somehow join to the person. So from here, if I put a couple things out here. So from our project, we've got a description. The magic here is in this URL. So if you preview these results, we've got here, and this URL has the person's GUID in it. So if we do a join down here, we're going to do what's this different independent subquery. So this will be the associated person for the task. You want to make sure that it's an independent subquery on a person. Okay, and the base that's going to be returned is the person. And we have to do a subfilter. This will be a formula. It'll be a little bit tricky, not so bad, but where the link is GUID is the thing. So in order to do that, we need to compare from this person, this independent subquery. We've got the GUID, and then we want to, from the task, we need to tease it out here from the URL. I'm going to rename these so that these are easier to use. Person GUID. And then this one is the task. We'll just call it the URL because that will be easier to type. So what we want to do is basically we want to pull out of the URL. So and the basic thing would be if we said at URL, at URL. So we're filtering where the URL from the task is equal to the person GUID. But that's not quite right. So what we have to do is we have to tease out from here. Like I said, we have to get a substring from the URL. And we want the substring to start at what's called the character index of at URL. So we want the character index of the equal sign, basically, in the string of URL. So this is going to return whatever number in the value of the URL it is. So it might be 15, it might be 18, it might be something. But it finds the equal sign, and we want to say we're starting with we're starting with at URL, and we want to start, we're taking a substring, going out however many characters that equal sign is. We need to add 1 to it, and then we need a length for this thing to work. So we're saying all of this substring of the URL starting at whatever this is, some distance person GUID. Here we go. So this is now this comparison, and we say, so we're returning any person. This is a configurable join of an independent subquery finding a person where the link is the GUID. So that will now give us down here in this join. We can now they just show up as a thing here. We can say ref ID and a name. Anything you want from this join that you've got down here. We'll preview these results. And it's not terribly fast. But eventually, you see that it does come up. So we've basically shown the person where this GUID, and I should, if I go to that record, well, copy here, manage this, I go there, we go to Patrick James. There's your answer. I'll post it here. Thanks.